But I have to tell you, I love the Mean Girls show. It's this Barstool show. It's two girls who aren't super duper hot. I mean, to their credit, I don't think you should have to be super hot to have a podcast, but I was still incredibly amused by the show you guys did on Mean Girls last week. I thought it was great.
Yeah, so the show was actually called Mean Girl.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mean Girl, okay.
And I have to say, like, Call Her Daddy wasn't a great name, but at least it was unique. Mean Girl's a terrible name for a show because it's already a movie and it's already a thing.
Yeah. And what does it really mean? Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and it's funny, too, because they pride themselves on not being mean and not getting clicks for talking shit or being mean. So I'm not even sure why it's called Mean Girl. Like, the logo includes a smiley face. I'm very confused by the whole thing.
I am too. Honestly, from what I could tell, from what I heard on your show, it seems to me they debate facts that are well established by the time you're in second grade, and they're redebating them. And it just sounded like Dumb Girl.
The reason why we started talking about them is because on Who Are These Socials, the show I do with Blind Mike Geary, Blind Mike is on Kirk Minahan's show twice a week, and Kirk Minahan is on Barstool Sports. And so they talk quite a bit about Mean Girl because they work for Barstool, and they're supposed to be like the next Call Her Daddy.
No.
So the reason why we brought them up in the first place is because they had this bit about not washing their hands. And this was a clip that went out, and it kind of went viral. People were talking about it because they said some really dumb things, including the fact that there was less disease back when there was outhouses than there is now. So why would you wash your hands?
Again, facts that are established by the time you're in second grade, redebated on Mean Girl.
Wow.
So what I did today, guys, is I got caught up on what's going on with them. And actually, it's very interesting because a coworker wrote a blog about how dumb they are. And it hit them hard. They are having a tough time recovering from it. I actually brought video clips as a YouTube show now. I'm excited about it.
Thank you.
But it's going to translate to audio, too. So don't
Karl,
worry about that.
I just want to tell you something. I'm very worried that they're going to change their show a little bit, and I'm going to be disillusioned because I was fascinated by the show before.
You are going to love this.
Okay.
I want to start it off. My track number 11 is going to kind of set this up for us. They're talking about how for every episode they do, it's about an hour-long show. The one woman, Alana, who works with them on the show, it's Alex and Jordan are the two hosts. Alex is blonde and married. Jordan is brunette and single. And then this Alana woman's kind of like the producer, but she's also a third mic. And so what she does is she puts together these quick 30-second to minute-long clips from the podcast that they put out throughout the week to promote the show and get people talking about it and whatnot. And so she says, like, by the way, Barstool tells us we have to do this. They want 15 to 17 clips of every episode, so we provide that to them, and then they choose what to put out there. We don't even get a choice on it. So talking about number 11 is I'm talking about that clip where they're debating whether you should even wash your hands or not.
Monday, the podcast clip goes out about us washing our hands. And I mean, if we tell you a dime a dozen of these podcast clips of people here being like, I don't wash my hands. Nobody here washes their hands.
The amount of clips that have come out of this office about people not washing their hands is, well, it's almost everyone.
And we're just riffing on it.
Yeah.
I didn't think twice about it.
I didn't either because I don't wash my hands.
But I didn't even care. Like, it was just such a small thing we said in passing.
Yeah, it was 30 seconds of an hour and 15-minute episode.
Yeah.
But you still said it.
So that clip goes out. Don't think anything of it. Of course, the internet's like, they don't wash their hands. And we're like, yeah, we've heard it before, moving right along. And what's another Monday? Then one of our coworkers here drops a blog on us. So I started reading it because I saw it first because you were at the chiropractor.
Yeah.
And I start reading it and I am immediately in tears and like I'm shaking and I can't breathe.
Guys, this hit them hard.
Oh, yeah.
It was a powerfully stupid 30 seconds, though, I have to say.
So Kelly Keegs wrote a blog post called I Officially Hate the Mean Girls. I want to read an excerpt from it for you guys so you get some context as to what they're responding to, what they're reacting to.
Oh,
here.
boy, the poor mean girl.
Okay. It says, Alex and Jordan in real life aren't bad. I like them both as people. Is Alex a completely different person than 1 year ago when I spent a lot of time with her on Barstool versus America? Yes. Did she change for the better? Who's to say?
So no.
Jordan sits behind me and we get along fine. We talk about wine sometimes, and she was the one who blew the lid off the OnlyFans cash bucket, so I owe her for that. I am sometimes surprised that either of them get up in the morning and have enough brain power to get out of the door, but that's another story. Sure, the brand goes crazy with clicks. How could it not? With such brain-busting declarations and mind-numbing banter. I've listened to a few of their actual episodes, and apart from getting a vibe so ditzy Jessica Simpson is rolling her eyes, it's a good show. So you know how I know the powers that be are loving it? They get posted by main Barstool accounts every single day. The Mean Girl sneeze, we hear about it for a week. Gaz waxes poetic for his entire allotted amount of time in every single company-wide meeting we have. The Mean Girls are crushing it. Be like them. Clicks are clicks. This is where I have to bow out. I refuse to allow clips online to perpetuate something that I and every other girl at Barstool have tried to dig ourselves out of for years. Girls are not stupid. Girls can be funny. Girls can make salient points on podcasts. So this is obviously something that's been up because they're hearing about it in internal meetings. Like, this is what we want to be. This is great. So this woman sees this clip of them saying like, hey, we don't wash our hands. Isn't that great? She's going, what? So last part of this and then respond. In conclusion, no longer will we pretend that these two are masterminds of the crafts, brainstorming absurd shit to say for clicks. This is who they are. I pray these two feel just a shred of embarrassment after this blog, as was its intention. The Mean Girls are getting mean girled. Karma always comes back. There are other ways to make a name for yourself, other takes to fire off that can drive a little controversy. It may be hard because all of these things require the ability to perform cognitive and physiological tasks.
But they're being themselves. I mean, they are stupid, aren't they?
Women hate women.
Aren't they just stupid?
That's what she's saying. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's really criticizing them for their the genetics that they've been born with. I mean, that's kind of not fair in that respect. She should be just criticizing the Barstool management for loving this stupidity so much.
Okay. I agree with you on that. I think that's one way to take it because Alex and Jordan are going to convince us now that this is who they are. They're not playing it up. They're not making up these takes to be controversial. And so my track number 12, Alex, so she said that she started crying. She couldn't even read the thing.
What?
Oh,
no.
Oh, boy.
This moment I have not read it.
Yeah, and I will never allow you to read it.
I wanted you to read it to me here today.
I know Alex asked me to read it to her, and it was so bad. Like, when I was reading it, it's almost like, you know, when you hear something, you feel like you just get punched in the gut. When I was reading it, I felt like someone punched me. I was crying. I hyperventilating. I was so upset that I never want you to experience that, and I will never read it to you. You don't need to know what was said.
I don't. At this point, I do feel like I don't need to know.
It won't benefit you long term.
Now I want to know, though, Alex, who will never have this read to her in her entire life, does she still feel compelled to comment on it, even though she refuses to hear it?
They talk about it for an hour. And I want to point out, so I read about 3 paragraphs of it. It's maybe 8 paragraphs long. It's not a long blog post. It's about a 2.5 minute read.
Yeah, he just did it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not crazy.
But you don't want to ruin her life. She can't gain anything from it because she'll just dismiss what was said. I mean, she could maybe change and be a better broadcaster.
This has got to kill the Barstool's the powers that be, because they love this stupidity. They love that it's getting the clicks. I mean, she's really this person on the outside is really kind of screwing with the magic of Mean Girl.
Drew, don't worry. They're going to learn nothing from this.
Oh, good.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
So my track number 13, they talk about how, okay, so there was this hand washing conversation. The other clip that they pulled out was they were trying to debate whether dinosaurs were real or not.
Oh my God.
Another thing we covered on WATP.
Yes.
That whole conversation.
Like real, not now, but that they existed in general.
Exactly.
Correct.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
they almost think of dinosaurs like dragons. They're like, is that a real thing? I'm not sure.
They probably believe dragons. They probably believe dragons are real, I would assume, too.
So track number 13, they're almost saying like, yeah, we do silly conversations because it's fun.
Okay.
First of all, I think on a level of 0 to 10, hand washing and dinosaurs is a -1. Zero problem. I think the internet could use some more silly, in fact.
Yeah.
If that reflects negatively on people here or women here, I'm at a loss.
Okay. So that was the first point they made. Fast forward, I'm going to skip ahead about 15 minutes. My track number 19, they say the exact opposite of that, pretty much.
You're going too fast for me.
Sorry, buddy. I know it's video.
And on this one, it's like, finally, I feel like we're sitting in here being ourselves and we're okay with it and the anxiety's gone. She sends the clips. I'm most worried about what my face looks like.
Yeah,
literally. That's my new worry.
Permission.
I'm like, excuse me, am I lifted? But I'm not like, did I say that?
Like, not one of my friends texted me and was like, Jordan, that was so dumb, because they know that's how I am and how I talk in real life.
That
Like,
you're dumb?
I've had the hand washing conversation with all of them, and they know I don't wash my hands.
And mine know I'm not sure about the dinos. Like, they know that.
And when you said that, I wasn't surprised because I knew you didn't know that.
Oh my.
This is so much more attractive than talking about the Trump indictment or anything real. I mean, in a way, I'm kind of with them. The internet needs more silly stuff.
There's plenty of silly stuff on the internet.
Even though I think very little of them,
This isn't
I'm
silly.
okay with it.
This is stupid, though.
But they
This is
can't.
dumb.
How much are they going to become Carl Sagan overnight and just really up their game? No.
Well, but hold on a second, Drew. I like that you're taking that side, but the one girl in the dinosaur debate thought the T-Rex could fly. So it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it was. It was awful. It was awful. But it's fun hearing you guys play it.
Yes. So it turns out that this woman, Kelly, who wrote that blog, who works very closely with these women, they're friendly, they know each other. She kind of gave a signal to the other employees to speak their minds. And so my track number 14, I guess that this isn't the only woman who's saying that these women are dumb.
Also, that led to the company, other employees kind of getting involved and giving their takes and seeming very low-key, like personally passionate about how much they dislike this show, which I think was shocking to all of us.
Yeah.
And
Also publicly, online, not in person.
Sad.
No one has spoken to us to our faces at all since this happened.
Because they don't like you.
This doesn't happen very often. I really feel like these girls deserve some safe space, and they're being bullied. They're being bullied, and all these things we talk about, mental health breaks. Maybe they need a mental health break to get through this. I mean, I don't know. They're really getting the shit pounded out of them in their workplace.
One thing they definitely need is some neosynephrine. Why do they sound like they're so stuffed up? Is that just me that hears that?
Yeah, the girl with the dark hair.
Talking like
It's just like crying.
Jordan sounds really stuffed up.
It's just like crying.
Oh,
She has been crying quite a bit. All week they've been crying.
Jesus Christ.
That's the thing, though, Mark. That's why they're not Call Her Daddy. They don't have the vocal fry. Like, you can't. Sophia with an F. Sophia Franklin's just the best.
True,
Just
you're right.
nowhere near that.
I guess I find Vocal Fry
Don't be dumb.
more entertaining to listen to.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's kind of like, on who are these socials, you guys have found out that these girls with Tourette's are the thing that everybody wants to watch. All these, they get millions and millions and hundreds of millions of streams.
Oh, his latest episode, they exposed the girl who got caught
I
faking.
haven't seen that yet. Wait,
faking Tourette's.
is she? So this girl was an influencer making lots of money with her Tourette's, and all of a sudden, just nope.
Yeah, I think she had 500,000 followers on TikTok. And then they found old videos of her from like Facebook and stuff where she didn't have Tourette's at all.
And now Billie Eilish has it. It's so hot. Tourette's syndrome is so hot right now.
Does Billie Eilish have? Did she just develop it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It came out on
Seems to
David
happen.
Letterman's show because she started like ticking a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, what's that about? Is there a fly in here or something?" And she goes, "Oh no, I have Tourette's." And then she's like going through all her tics and stuff like that.
Seriously?
Everyone has Tourette's now. Everyone is non-binary with Tourette's. It's great.
It's so hot right now.
Okay, I got to
And
work on
anxiety.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
And a victim.
just not hanging around the right people. I didn't know it was catching. I mean, it sounds like you can easily catch Tourette's.
Well, I got a note from somebody. I was talking to Brandon about this today. I got a note from somebody who actually has Tourette's in real life. And we feature this one woman,
real life.
Sweet Anita, who is very famous from Twitch and YouTube for having Tourette's. She actually goes to these award ceremonies and presents awards with her Tourette's and stuff. And this person who messaged me was like, that is so fake. There is no way that's real. And they actually thought that Billie Eilish's Tourette's seemed more legit than some of the girls that we're covering.
Oh my God, this insane world of social media. Now, I assume you've got more Mean Girl for us.
Yeah, so what I thought was interesting there, you guys have worked at radio stations, and I'm sure Drew probably not so much, but you guys have been in a situation where one of the shows is getting more love than other shows, and the company's behind them and pushing them.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's kind of like this thing where everyone else is kind of resentful, like, what the fuck? So I think that's what's happening here with Mean Girls. Everyone's going, why are they promoting them so much? They're not even that good. And so that's why everyone's piling on. So my track number 15... remember, this is just one blog post that went out.
But this was very personal.
I think like we cried a lot, more than.
My God.
This is definitely like.
I think I can confidently say, out of the 27 years I've lived on this earth, my mental health has never been in this bad of shape in my entire life.
As I said, they need a mental health break.
Yes, you were right. But I'll give them credit because it sounds like they're victims here. They immediately turn this and say, but guys, we are not the victims, obviously.
God, they're kind of all over the
Tell you
map.
what, it's a good position to be in, though. If you can take it, sometimes you really should hold on to it because the victim position, nobody can really hurt you when you're in that position.
Well, you can only be made more of a victim, right?
And it's not. We're not going like. This is not victim mentality.
No.
We're trying very much so to just be like, listen, we signed up for this. This is what happens when you put your life online.
Yeah.
We're subject to it every day, and of course we can get it, and of course we can take it. But
No,
as
you
our
can't.
listeners, we want you to walk away with the message of you don't have to comment on it or pile on, or at a minimum, ask yourself to pause and just say, how do I feel about this? Do I truly feel so passionate about this that I need to comment?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh, my God.
She makes it sound like they signed up for Navy SEALs or something.
We're here to defend the country. So,
We knew we were risking our lives when we did
I
this.
felt like there was like 5 contradictions in what she just said there. They should just call the show Contradictions.
She goes, listen, we're not victims here. And guys, could you please stop piling on social media?
Exactly. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Wow.
All right, so the question is, I think Drew, this is what you were saying at the beginning here, is what are they going to learn from this? What's the takeaway? Are they going to improve as broadcasters?
Yeah, right.
By track number 17, we're going to learn what they learned.
There was like 5 minutes where I paused and I was like, are the clips bad? Because you do. When somebody comes at you, when a bully comes at you, I'm sure we all 3 paused and thought, is she right? Because you have to. And most of the time back in the day, what I would do when somebody came at me, I'd be like, you're right, I'll change. And you stop and you say, is there any validity to the argument? And then you're like, no, there's not. And that's when it's hard because it's like you have cement blocks attached to you, but you know you have to keep walking. And it's hard to walk in your truth when you know you're right.
What?
Walk in your
What the
truth.
hell is she talking
You
about?
want me to change? Fuck you!
That's ridiculous.
It's hard to walk in your truth. I've never heard that one before.
That was a great analogy. No one knows what it meant, but what an analogy.
I want to use that. It's confusing.
She had cement shoes because she had to walk in her truth that she knew was right, and it's hard.
Cement.
Yep.
It's insane. I like that the takeaway is just like everyone else is an idiot. Obviously, there's nothing to learn.
Well, they're not going to turn into Stephen Hawking. I mean, they just should be what they are. There's nothing more they can do.
Well, and that's kind of what they're saying. So stop bitching about it then and playing the victim.
Yeah, the bosses like it. I think the blogster should be in trouble.
And I think the bosses like that blog was put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, conflict is
Created
good.
some more content.
Yeah. So let's get the major takeaways. My last clip from here, number 18.
We are all sitting here very proud of the brand that we've built.
And really what feels better than that?
Nothing.
I think that's why we're all 3 like, okay, there's a war, but it's not about us.
No, it's not about us.
It's exactly about you.
Literally about you.
That's what it
the
was
only
about.
thing we're talking about.
It is about you.
Talking about.
I love them. I really love them.
It's like Putin going, this war's not about me.
So stupid.
I got to watch the whole episode.
Oh, that's great. Good shit.
Yeah. You guys are going to kick out of this. It's insane.